Hey everyone, it's Melissa here. I want to talk to you about the pro-life movement and what I've been seeing. We definitely need to improve, no doubt about it. I do a lot of research for Save the Storks, and I have been doing research with just different resources that women need. So one of the hardest areas a woman needs help in is people who care, people who truly take the time to care. I had a situation where I shared I needed help with car repairs, and one of the pro-life organizations I was with didn't lift a finger. They did not even lift a finger to help me. I said, they said, "We're sorry, we can't help." And I said, "Well, what can you do?" And that's what we're talking about here, the can do attitude. The I can't shouldn't be in our vocabulary, especially for a pro-life group. So then I went to the person, and I'm not going to name the group, but I went to the person and said, "Hey," well, this person actually, the director called me and said, "What's going on?" And I said, "What do you mean, what's going on?" "Well, you said this in the group." And I said, "Yeah, I did say this to some of the people in the group. So, kind of, so what kind of, feeling is what I had." "Well, we really are not obligated to help you." And I said, "No, I know that. You're not obligated." And I never said they were obligated. But when we are in the pro-life community, we do not just a pro-life community, but the body of Christ. We do have an obligation to help one another. And if it's not with vehicle repairs, it is, what can you do? What can you do to help a mother? Because we surely do preach that we're here to help mothers. And the hypocrisy of when you have been, here's somebody who, just doesn't want to help in the pro-life movement is unbelievable. And this is the stuff we're standing up against. Another issue I had was one of the people in the pro-life group, and I'm not going to say her name, but she's like, "There's no way your abortion could have been forced unless you were in the sex trafficking, uh, you know, whatever you want to call it, in sex trafficking." And I'm like, "Did you know my mother?" "No, you didn't." "Were you there?" "No, you weren't." So you don't know. So this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with, and we have to constantly fight, it seems, to stand up for what's right. And I had an Instagram post the other night, and I had friended a lady in the pro-life movement, and she had said to me, there are actually modest bathing suits. You can find a real pretty one on Etsy or something like that. And I was kind of like, "Excuse me, I am swimming, I'm not in porn, so why don't you put a muzzle on your mouth before you speak?" Basically, her view of modesty was not my view of modesty. My privates were covered, I was swimming. We live in a culture or a society, and I'm not saying we do everything that the culture does, but we do live in a society where women do wear two-piece bathing suits, and this has been going on since like Wonder Woman days. I was raised with Wonder Woman. We have always had women who do wear, bathing suits, and there's nothing immoral about that. So when you have a woman, coming up against you, whether it's just an acquaintance coming up against you saying, actually, this is what you ought to do, and burdening you with their convictions, you have to stand up. And then even within our sisterhood of the pro-life movement, or, the body of Christ, we have women who don't want to lift a finger to help. And this is not the way the church is supposed to run. So luckily, I had made some more calls today, and I talked to a couple pastors, and one of them was like, "Sure, yes, we can help you, no problem. What do you need?" And I told him, he goes, "Send me this information and we will help you." And I'm like, "Thank you so much." And this is a car. This is a basic need women have, especially as mothers, to be able to work, to be able to take care of their children. I had a son when my car went into the garage who needed to be picked up, and I couldn't pick him up, so he had to ride his bike. And that's not usually a problem, but this is a really rough area. I'm in a new state. I don't even know where half the places are that I need to go. Trying to keep work when you don't even have a vehicle is very tough. And anything I would have needed. Luckily, I'm in a place that everything's close by, but there are mothers who need their car fixed and they don't have the luxury of having everything close by. So when we say that we care, we better show it. We better not be hypocritical. And I'm somebody who's willing to take the shirt right off my back for somebody and help them. I have helped countless of people as I have helped myself. And I'm not greedy, I'm pretty generous, but this was unexpected. And so because this pro-life group was being like, oh, we can't do anything, and I know they have the money, and I know they have the connections to people who have a lot of money, I had already volunteered to give pretty much my life to this place, and pretty much, every single day, whatever you need. If women need help with ultrasounds, I'm there. If women need help with mothering, coaching, I'm there. If you need help with diapers, baby clothing, whatever you need in my time, I am willing to commit pretty much every single day. After this, I was like, because you don't have time for me, I no longer have time for you. Because you couldn't lift a finger to help me, I will no longer help you. And I hate to say it, but when you have people who are sitting on money and you've got the little guy like me, okay, doing a lot of work to help people, whether that's in a church and you're doing the work and a church is greedy and doesn't want to help, or whether it's just in life and you are there to help others, but they don't want to reciprocate that help. That's pretty much it. That pretty much shows their true colors to me. We are in the pro-life movement. We are fighting for babies, and we should be doing whatever it takes, not only to save babies' lives, but to show women, yes, you can trust me. You can count on me. I will be here for you. We need organizations to show we're not just going to help you with some diapers and clothing. We're going to be here all the way up for you. We are never going to leave you. Whatever you need, we are here for you. And when we are busy or you're busy, for example, we had a gap of like a whole month of no communication. And I'm like, hello, what, are you singling me out? Why can't you guys give me a call and see how I'm doing? Why can't you, I have to reach out to you. Why can't you come on my turf and reach out to me? So we really, when we say we want to be there for women, we should be there in every single way. It should be like a family. When I was growing up, I had a big family, and there was always somebody there in a big family. If you called your aunt or you went over to your uncles, or you always had something or someone to lean on. And that's kind of how the church should be. And this church that was willing to help me, I had 3 willing to help me. And one of the men who jumped right in, he was like, I looked up their church, and their church says, we don't want to be greedy, we want to be generous. And I'm like, wow, his words match up with his actions. So not even knowing me, I don't even go to their church, they were willing to help. And there are other churches who I have called who have been like, are you a member here? Nope. Then we can't help you. Well, wait a minute, I am a Christian, I said, if that counts. I am a Christian, meaning I am a member of your body, whether I go to your church or not. So when we have this line where we say, oh, we won't help you unless you're a member, that also doesn't make sense, because Christ came for those who are lost. That's who he came for. He came for the one that is lost, and he would rejoice over the one, over the 99 he already has. So when you cannot use your money to help, for all they know, I could have been lost, they won't help unless you're a church member, and they just are sitting on their own money, feeding their own fatty church members. You're not out there helping those who are lost or who need help. And it's pretty judgmental to me when a church cannot get out there and help other people. So it's not just church in my own four walls. It's get out there and get the gospels, shared, and help people and give your life to help people. Don't hide behind your four walls. So that's what I got for now. And I definitely think we need to do better in the pro-life movement. There is a lot of good, but we need to do better. And this man who just blessed me, I prayed that God would bless him, because whatever he's going to do to help me, he had a heart. Even if he couldn't, help me with the whole bill, he has a heart to help. So that's how we should be as Christians. We should be known for good works. We should be known for being willing to, take the shirt off our back for anyone. When you have unbelievers who are willing to do this, and then you call yourself a Christian, it's a shame to the gospel. So that's kind of what we should be doing. And it's kind of nice because when I'm calling people, they don't know who I am. They don't know that I am working in the pro-life movement. So when we see churches that say abortion is wrong, but then when I call them and they don't want to help, we can tell who really is pro-life and who really isn't. So the abortion-minded people have it right when they are saying you don't help enough. They have that right, and we need to change.